What's up, y'all? This is Rana Madhav with Ceylon Ultimate Clicks, and we've got Chris here. Today we're going to show you how to install a push bike from the scratch at home. So a couple of weeks ago, this is how it looked like. It was completely ruined and full of rust. So we've got Chris here. He's the expert of all these. So Chris, tell us what we're going to do today.
Okay, so we've got a great frame but was in really bad condition. So what we've done so far is that we completely took out all the parts from the bike, the headset, the fork, the bottom brackets, the pedals, the tires, the gear shifters and the brakes and everything, and then we completely stripped down the paint with using about sandpaper of about 500 and 1000. We ended up with 1000. Okay. Then we completely gave it a new coat of paint and brought back the original stickers GT.
Okay.
And now we have this great frame back to its original state of how it was.
Right, great. So Chris, roughly, how much would it cost a person to install a bike like this?
So something like this, you can easily, if you depend on the nearby cycle shops, you can easily overhaul this for under 10,000 rupees.
Under 10,000?
Yeah.
That's pretty cheap, isn't it?
Exactly. So you don't need to be really spending money for a new bicycle.
Okay.
You can just refurbish the one that you already have.
Okay, you mean 10,000 Sri Lanka rupees, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Alright.
So
what do we do first?
Okay, so what we're gonna do right now is we have to set up the fork, the headset, and the bottom brackets, the drivetrain, the brake system, the seats and everything.
So Chris, tell us what kind of parts and what brands that we should buy.
Yeah, so the easiest to find in Sri Lanka would be SRAM or mostly Shimano.
Okay.
Just go for the introductory range, which is good enough for anybody who just cycles for daily as a daily drive. So that's good enough, and it's easily you can find them in any cycle shop.
Okay. Well, we gotta be really careful with these little things. Chris, what are these things?
So these are the cup and bearings which help the fork twist around the frame without any play in it. One thing to note is that when you're removing it, you have to be careful in the order in which you remove it, because once you're going to mount it again, it's so confusing that you might actually forget the order and be wondering in which order to put it back in. So by any chance, if you do mix it up, just Google it, because there are several kinds of ways in which these things come. The one that we have is a threaded fork, and this is the set that it comes for. And your one might be different. So our one is a threaded one. So, and this is the order in which that it came. But again, if you mix it up, just go by to the nearby bicycle shop, and I'm pretty sure they'll help you out in getting the order back.
Alright, let's get started.
So first of all, just apply a bit of grease so that this doesn't seize up inside the frame. And I'll be using just everyday items since this is a shop which we're teaching how to do it right at home. So I'll probably use a piece of stick and a hammer so that I do not damage this part right here, because this is where the ball bearings are gonna turn around in there, and you do not want any dents or anything damaging this part, and that will give you problems later on if anything like that damages this area. Okay, so we've got the cup seated in. Just check with the eye that everything is equally balanced in there, because we don't want it angled anywhere. And next we have to get the ball bearings inside here. So your headset might have different versions of this, but this is what we have. So make sure you get enough of grease in there. It is unlikely that you'll remove it again, and you just need your handlebar to nicely move around without any play in there. So make sure you get in all the grease in there, and that will also keep these little balls in there without rusting over time. So make sure when you're seating the ball bearings that there is a specific side. The easiest way to figure it out is that there will be a shiny side in the cup, and that has to touch the balls. So make sure you seat the ball bearings into the cup on the correct side. Okay, so before we tighten the fork to the headset, just make sure it's not too tight. We need the fork moving freely, and then after that we just use some spanners and just tighten it down so it will So what needs to be done is apply some grease so that this doesn't seize up inside. There's already a bit of rust, so we'll try to we apply some grease here as well so it doesn't seize up inside. So far we've set up the mount and just used the Allen key to tighten it up. Doesn't need to be straight, we can adjust that once we align the tires and the swallow bars into the frame as well. So just be careful. So we've mounted the handlebars. Just to align it, what we've done is we've marked it down under here, so it's easy. When we were removing it, we marked where the handlebars need to align here. But if you haven't done that, you can easily use any measuring tape. Measure the distance from each side. And make sure it's the same.
put the frame aside and get to the tires. So firstly, put some air to the tube. Now set the valve to the rim carefully and then put the tire like this. So we set the valve nuts and then fill the tire with air. So now we are going to put the free wheel to the back tire. There is a cut in the hub and also free wheel. So we are going to join this free wheel and hub and going to put the nuts. Now we are going to fix the bottom hub. In this bottom hub there is a right hand side. So this right hand side is put into the gear wheel side. This is the tool that we use to tighten the bottom hub. Special thing is the thread in the right hand side of the bottom hub is tightened anti-clockwise. But the left hand side of this bottom hub is tightened clockwisely. So we fit the back tire. Now we are going to fit the front tire. When we fit the tires, we have to carefully look about the tire direction. We have to adjust the tire hub correctly. So firstly we tighten the cone by hands till the axle and the hub has zero play. We have to hold the cone and tighten the thick nut. There is the tire direction. So now we are going to install the brake system. So now we are going to fit the chain. First of all, we have to set the rear divider. So now we are going to fit the front divider. We are going to use the previous chain. If you are using a new chain, use same length as your previous chain.